This is the story of my dad's last trip to the hills. In January 2012, my father died. He was 80 years old, a bit of a loner, an only child, and a widower for over 40 years. He had few living relatives apart from myself, his only child, and my family, and no close friends. He was by no reckoning a religious man. He had no illusions about a hereafter. Nonetheless, he had, for the last 20 years, been periodically reminding me that he had very specific instructions to be carried out upon his death. There was to be no memorial service, no obituary, no gathering of sparse and far-flung family, and no burial. Just one last trip to the hills together. My dad never went camping before he met my mother. When she first took him camping, the bug bit him hard. It became one of his few passions in life. He never missed an opportunity to head into the tall, cool pines, as he used to call them. One of my strongest childhood memories was of the weekend drive to go camping. He loved camping so much, he always kept the tent trailer stocked and ready to go. All he had to do was hitch it up to the truck and head out. Typical trips were between 2 and 5 hours, and in the 1970s there were no iPads or portable game systems to keep me busy. If I was lucky, my dad might buy me 2 or 3 comic books to last the trip. Otherwise, I spent my time staring out at the wastelands, trying to spot cars with out-of-state license plates, or listening to my dad singing along with the radio. I loved the trips, but I hated the drive. My dad, on the other hand, was never bothered by it. He used to tell me that he loved the long drives, and I don't think he was saying it just to convince me that I should enjoy them too. Once in the pines, my dad would hike all day. He was never without a local topographical map in his back pocket, often just cutting out across country and exploring. One thing I learned at a young age was not to buy my dad presents. He hated to have to smile and say thank you for something he didn't want. He always said, if I wanted something, I'll just buy it myself. And he meant it. It wasn't that he didn't appreciate the thought, but he just didn't want things that he didn't want. About 15 to 20 years ago, I hit upon an idea that I thought would be a surefire gift for him, and I decided to risk it. A global positioning system handheld receiver. Something that he could take with him hiking and always find his way back to camp. He was dubious at first, explaining how it wouldn't do him any good, but he took it camping to try it. For years to come, he would tell me it was the best gift anyone had ever given him, and now we're using that GPS to carry out his last request. Stored on the GPS are the coordinates of this photograph of my dad waving goodbye. It was a spot he claimed that when he first saw it, he thought, I could stay here forever with this view. His final instructions: have his body cremated with no ceremony and no frills. Take the ashes to the location in the GPS and scatter them there, playing one specific piece of music. the time came, there were so many things I wanted to say, but it all boiled down to one sentence. I love you, Dad, and I miss you.